Today on Wolf Guitars and Gear, we present an epic love story for the ages.
Oh my, Mr. Sheriff Telecaster, you're so tall and handsome.
Do you reckon, Miss Les Paul, your curves are mighty sensual?
Oh, I do declare.
9 months later.
And so that's where this came from. The Firebird. Okay, maybe not really. Maybe it didn't really come from a Les Paul and a Telecaster making sweet, sweet love. But at the same time, I think that's a very accurate description of the tones that you could expect from a Firebird. It has a lot of the spank and the clarity and the punch that you'd expect from a Tele, but it has this warmth and this grit from the Les Paul that you would expect, plus tons and tons of sustain. And part of that comes from the construction of the Firebird. So here's 5 reasons why you might need a Firebird. Number one of the biggest things with the Firebird is the way that it's constructed. As you can see here, we've kind of got this kind of raised section right here in the center. You can even see it's kind of ridged there. If you've ever held one, you know exactly what I'm talking about, how it has that kind of raised center in the middle. This whole section here up the middle, all the way up through here, that's all one piece. It's a neck through design. And that is where a lot of that sustain comes from. It's pretty cool. I mean, if you look in closer, you can see all those lines, all the multiple ply of wood that's in there. Very cool. That's just all wood stacked in there like this, glued together. Again, neck through design. Very, very cool. Then these are just some mahogany wings that were added on to complete the shape. Very, very cool design in that sense. Offset guitars were kind of a big thing, designed to mimic the fins on a car. In fact, the man that actually designed the Firebird was not even a guitar player. He was not a musician. He had nothing to do with any of that. He was a car designer that Gibson brought in to try to do something different to compete with all the different innovations that Fender was doing at the time. And so this was kind of their answer to that. That's why, like I said, it has some of the elements that you would expect from a Telecaster. Also, reason number 2 why you may want to have a Firebird is the pickups. The Firebird pickups, unlike the common myth, they are not mini humbuckers. They are humbucking, but they are not mini humbuckers. They are designed differently. The way the magnets are arranged in there, it's a blade magnet as opposed to just a humbucker that's made smaller, which is more like what a mini humbucker is. It's just a PAF scaled down. This is actually a completely different design, and as such it yields a completely different tone. As I said, it kind of has a crispness and a almost brittleness to it that I think is just absolutely fantastic. And in some ways, the clarity that comes through these makes these one of my favorite sounds that you can get from a guitar. I think everybody should have a guitar that's equipped with Firebird pickups, even if it's not a classic Firebird style. Reason number 3 that you may want a Firebird. Look at where my hand is. I have access all the way to all the frets here easily. There's very few guitars that have that level of access to all of the frets. Not that anybody sits playing up here all the time, but if you were the type of player that wanted to get higher on the neck, you would have unfettered access to every fret on the fretboard with a Firebird, no doubt about it. Reason number 4, I mean, come on, it's just stinking cool. I mean, what says rock and roll more than, you know, a body shaped like this? And, you know, the freaking Firebird logo on there, that's just ridiculously cool. So the design factor, I think, is just super cool. It's very different. I mean, you're sure to turn heads if you come in with this guitar. And reason number 5 is, again, comes down to some of the design factors on here. One of the ones I want to point out is on the headstock. This is an Epiphone version, inspired by Gibson, the new 2020 model here. As you can see, the strings are going straight through that neck. Except for right here, it's fanned just a little bit. Now the Gibson model, it is all perfectly straight because they're using a different style on the tuners that allows them to get that much more exact. But with much less string break here, with it cutting off to one side or the other, that solves a lot of common tuning problems that exist on a lot of other Gibson design models. And so, like I said, this here combined with that whole neck through design is going to give you such great sustain. It's going to give you great tuning stability. And then of course, you got your classic Gibson 4-knob setup, 2 volumes, 2 tones, allowing you to blend the bridge and the neck pickup to get various different sounds, as opposed to the Fender 3-way switch where all you get is just all of one, both, and all of the bridge, and like I said, overall master volume, master tone. So I think that when you compare that against the Tele in that regard, it gives you a wider variety of tones as well. So that's kind of like your bonus as far as the number 5 goes there. But enough of my yakking, let's hear what it sounds like. Anyways, that's what I've got for you today. I hope you enjoyed this episode. I hope you learned something that you didn't know about the Firebird. Hopefully you have a reason next time you see one in the store to at least pick it up and give it a try. There's no reason not to. I mean, they're just awesome. There's no way around it. One of my new favorite guitars of all time. Do yourself a favor and check out a Firebird. Make sure you hit the subscribe button. Make sure you hit the notification bell so that you get all future episodes just as soon as they're uploaded. Thanks for stopping by. And once again, this is Wolf Guitars and Gear, where we help you get fat tones from a skinny wallet. We'll see you next time.